Well, here's another example, and what we have is a tank, call it tank A, and it has an inlet pipe, and it's flowing at 3 gallons a minute, and an outlet pipe that's filling tank B at 4 gallons per minute. There's also a pipe connecting tank B back up to tank A at 1 gallon per minute, so tank A has a stable volume, see, because there's 4 gallons coming in and 4 gallons going out, 4 in the 3 plus 1. So we assume both tanks are 50 gallons, and tank A contains 25 pounds of salt initially. Tank B contains no salt. It doesn't contain any slat either. Whoops. Initially, but then of course once the mixing process starts it'll have some salt in it. Anyway, further assume that pure water is what's flowing into tank A at 3 gallons a minute, and the mix in B is draining out at 3 gallons per minute. Is this making some sense? So we got 4 gallons coming into A, 3 gallons coming into A, 4 gallons going out of A, and 1 gallon into B, by the way, and let me try again. We've got 3 gallons coming into tank A, pure water, 4 gallons of tank A is going out into tank B, but 1 gallon from tank B is coming back into tank A. So A has a total of 4 gallons coming in, B has a total of 4 gallons coming in, and 4 gallons going out, because B is also is being drained out at 3 gallons per minute. So wow, what a system. Do you think that's hard to understand?
I can't take this!
Huh, I can't blame you. That is difficult.
Oh, I can't stand you.
Well, I'm sorry about that, but maybe this picture will help, okay? Here is a picture of what I'm talking about. 3 gallons of fresh water is coming into A, where there's 25 gallons of salt. 4 gallons is going out of A and going into tank B that starts out with fresh water, and 1 gallon of this water is going back into tank A. And 3 gallons of tank B is draining. Don't know what to, but draining out to someplace. Probably making the floor wet, that's for sure.
I know!
Okay, well I hope that helps a little bit. So anyway, X of t is the amount of salt in tank A at time t, and Y of t, we'll call that the amount of salt in tank B at time t. And we have obviously an initial condition, X of 0 is 25. Remember why that's so? Started off with 25 pounds of salt in there. And Y of 0 is 0. Remember why that's so? Because we start out with fresh water, that means no salt. That's our initial condition. But now check out our system of equations.
I'm ready, so let's go.
Okay, well the chipmunk came back, isn't that nice? So the change in the amount of salt in tank A is 3 gallons coming in times no salt, plus 1 gallon coming in from tank B, and tank B's amount of salt is Y, salt per gallon I should say, is Y divided by 50. And then going out of tank A is 4 gallons going into tank B, remember? And that's 4 gallons, and this would be the percentage of salt, the amount of salt divided by the 50 gallons of water that's in A, okay? Now that's the change in X. Do you see that? So it's 0 plus Y over 50 plus minus 2X over 45. That's the change in the amount of salt in tank A. The change in the amount of salt in tank B is 4 times, that's 4 gallons coming in, remember? Times the percent of salt per gallon, well that would be the total amount of salt divided by the 50 gallons. And then minus 3 times the concentration of salt, because that's what's running out to the ground, right? And then we also have minus the concentration of salt in tank B times the 1 gallon that's going back into, that's this one right here, that's the one that's going back into tank A. So look at this system of equations. We'll solve this in another section. So dx dt equals, simplifying this, y over 50 minus 2x over 25. See, that's this equation, simplified. And the other one, dy dt equals 2/25 x from here, right, from this, minus 2/25, that's actually 4/50. This and this are both subtracted, right, because those are the 4 gallons, the 3 gallons going out here and the 1 gallon going back here in the tank A. With our initial conditions, of course, x of 0 is 25, y of 0 is 0. Pretty cool. And I hope that is clear to everyone.
I agree.
Well, I agree it's clear now, I hope. So I hope that example was clear to everybody.
Yes, indeed.
Great.